Evening. It is Monday. It is just gone 8 o'clock. It is Retro Gaming Revival live this evening with Uncensored. And still, that intro, as soon as Goldtooth tears up that Final Fantasy, it just there's a little part of me that dies and a little part of me that laughs. It's still funny. It's still funny.
It is. It is. But like, I definitely feel the same. When he did it, I was like, I can't believe you've done that. That's made me really sad. But the look on his face when he's done it.
Amazing.
He knows what he's done.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to our Uncensored this evening. We've got a few topics that we can talk about, but as always, Uncensored, anything could happen. So if you've got some anything that's happening in the gaming world or anything like that that you think is worthwhile talking about, chuck it in the chat. We'll definitely get to all that stuff. Or if you've got some random questions you want to ask us, bung it all in the chat, and we can see what's going on. So before we see who we have with us this evening, if as everyone can see, it is myself and Mr. Triangle Face Tim.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Hello. Jolly good, mate. Jolly good. And how are you?
Yes, not too bad. We have missed Blunners this evening. I can only presume he has had a trouser accident.
As always.
So,
I think if anybody wants to get anybody Christmas presents, just send like a stock of trousers to the RGR headquarters, because we always end up having a trouser accident. One of us does anyway.
Or a hashtag Everpants, by the sounds of it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
We all need a pair of Everpants, because the amount of times we've all had trouser accidents. We need a backlog of Everpants that last us.
Hashtag Everpants. I've definitely not uploaded it, but I might be able to find it on my phone and show people the mock-up of the Everpants. They're real. They could be real, and they could be printed for one lucky winner.
I think
but we'll see.
For them. There's definitely a market
Everpants.
For them,
Yeah, I'll find it in a second. I'll hold it up and see if we can get it to work. So, but yes, before we get to that, let's see who we have. We have got Mr. Dave Newland in the house. How are we doing, Mr. Dave? We've got Vernon Couchman. Always good to see you, my friend. We've got Chris Dunham. Good evening. Got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rob Taylor. How are we doing, Mr. Rob? We've got Kevin Gallagher. Good evening, Kev. We've got Archive Gig. I hope you're keeping good, my friend. We've got lots of people in the chat. Everybody is all welcome. So yeah, let's jump to our first topic, which you're going to have really good memories of throughout this, because you've just said before we went on that you've got a way of logging all of this. So, Tim, what are you playing, mate?
What am I playing? So, just to cover that, because I've quite enjoyed doing this. I've been keeping an actual gaming journal this year, so I can actually go back and see what I played since January. And I made a bit of a list, because I think it gets towards the end of the year and we start talking things like around Christmas and New Year's about, what are our favourite games you played throughout the year and all that sort of thing. So I don't actually remember everything I played. So I've kind of started making a bit of a list. And I've included all my retro stuff that I've been playing, plus any new games that I played. So playing quite a few different games at the moment, because I kind of hit a point where I finished the game I was playing on. And I've jumped around a couple of games to try and find my next sort of campaign game that I'm going to play through. So on mobile, I'm still playing Paper Trail. Mostly because I'm not like sitting down and playing it for hours on end. I'm just like, when I get some downtime, if I don't have any consoles with me, I've just got my phone. I'm playing it on my phone, and it's really good. It's very challenging, either that or I'm just not very clever and it's confusing me. It's one of those games. It's really satisfying when you go through a level and you figure it out. And then it's very frustrating when you have no idea what you're supposed to do. It's like, I can't figure this out now. But perseverance pays off with that. Just keep trying stuff until you get through. That is a fun game. Definitely recommend that. I think I mentioned last time I was on, I've been playing, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but Kintsugami Path of the Goddess.
I mean, it sounds right.
Yes. Well, let's say it is. And that's quite fun. I like that. It's not quite what I thought was when I first started playing it. I think I mentioned that you can play like platform mode and do side scrolling. It turns out you can't do that. So ignore me when I said that. That was just in the tutorial. There's less monsters. You can just turn it on the side. If you do that, the monsters kind of go into the background and foreground. So it's just how the camera was when I opened the level. And I thought that was intentional. It just happened to do that angle. So in that, you've got to try and protect this goddess. So what you got to do is you clear a path, and she walks to a gate, and then you perform like a ceremony in front of the gate, and it closes the demon gate. But the demons come out at night. So when the demons are coming out, you've got to kill all the demons and waves of enemies and protect the princess with your like little guards and stuff you've got with you. And then during the daytime, you can get her to carry on walking closer to the gate and go around picking up the stuff you need. So you need resources to clear the purge the area. There's different things you can find around there, and you can sort of do things that level up your guards and get different items and things like that. And then at night time, the enemies come out again. Sometimes it takes 2, maybe 3 nights to get through the level. And then you go back to your base, and in your base, you can fix things and mend and repair your base until your base is fully prepared. And as you carry on, you then have another base and you do the same thing again. You have another area and you repeat the day and night cycle. And then there's boss fights as well.
Nice.
So there's quite a lot going on with it, but it's got quite a nice rhythm to it. You kind of do a fighting segment, a resource gathering segment, a base building segment, a boss, and then repeat. And you kind of just go through the different areas. And yeah, it's quite fun. And you can get these different things which affect your character in different ways. So you can have different abilities and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've also been going back to Batman Arkham because a lot of people have been recommending that, and I did play it a couple months ago and I got so far and took a break from it. So I've gone back to that. I'm going to try and power through and get it finished. I'm not sure I'm loving it at the moment, but I think that's just because it's a game of its time and I didn't play it when it came out.
Yeah.
Having played things like Spider-Man, I'm in a room with like 3 armed guards and I'm struggling and I keep getting seen. I'm like, if this was Spider-Man, I could clear a room with twice as many guards with no issues whatsoever and not get spotted. And I'm like, I want Batman to be more stealthy, but it's the bits that are good. I'm just finding a little bit of a drag at the moment. I want to finish it so I can go on to the next one and the next one, because I do gather they get better over time. So I think I'm going to carry on.
They do, but but again, I played it at the time, and I really enjoyed Arkham Asylum. I liked you were sort of stuck in one place, as opposed to, you say one place, it's absolutely massive.
Yeah, it's big, isn't it? Yeah, you do backtrack a bit and go back to different areas and things.
But yeah, there's something about it when you get into Arkham City. Arkham City is pretty cool. The whole concept of Arkham City is I think probably cooler than the actual sort of open worldness. Knight, that's the one. That's the payoff is in Arkham Knight. It is so bloody good, and it is just basically exactly what you hope it is, and that is just a open world free for all Batman game. And yeah, it's worth sticking.
I will stick with it. It's just finding the time when I've got time to sort of sit down and play on a console game. That's what I'm going for. I did also recently, I don't know why I decided I want to play Mario 3 again, so I played through Mario 3. Always fun for a it's great. Like, you go back to play it, it's like the level design on that was so good. Like, I don't think it's gotten better. I think that is my top Mario game, is Mario 3. I think the levels in it are really good. I mean, I like the newer ones like Mario Wonder, like New Super Mario Bros. U, and obviously the 3D ones I think are in a different category all to themselves. Like Odyssey,
they are, yeah.
They're very different. But yeah, side-scrolling 2D Mario games, I think Mario 3 is still top for me. The level layouts and stuff are really good.
It's a small toss-up for me between Mario 3 and Super Mario World. There's something about Mario World which just captures that particular era perfectly, you know. And when it came out, it was like, it blew my mind when I saw it. You just went from Super Mario 3 to graphically. I remember thinking, wow, this is next level type stuff here. But yeah, Mario 3, man, still one of the best.
I definitely sort of burned through it quicker because I was playing it on an emulator and using save states and stuff. So, and one thing that's quite cheeky on the emulator is the bit where you can do the memory game and flip the cards over. I can just do like a quick save and then turn the cards over, and if it's wrong, load it and then turn a different card over. So you guarantee you get every power up. So I was like, I'm just going to do all the power ups. There you go. So I did kind of cheat a bit, but I still played through the levels properly. And then the other game I played was I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this right either, but Never Alone Kasami in Tuna. In Tuna? I don't know.
That sounds right. I mean, I'm sure someone will tell us if we're not.
That was really good, actually. It's quite a short game. So if you're looking for like a short game to fill in the gaps between your next big campaign game, it is pretty good. I got that on Steam, I think. And so you're a young girl who is part of like a tribe. I think you're like a tribe of Eskimos. And there's like a blizzard. and then the blizzard is part of the game. So there's bits where like you're walking forward and you have to like crouch down when the wind blows, and then later there's bits where like you need to use the wind to clear gaps. You have to like, time it and jump, and then the wind carries you across. And then you meet a fox, and you can switch. I think you can play 2 players, so one person plays the girl, one person plays the fox. Or you play one player and switch between the 2. And there's things that the fox can do that the girl can't, and vice versa. So sometimes you have to go ahead as the fox, and the fox clears the path and then drops a rope down for you or something, and then the girl can follow. Or there's bits where the girl can like move boxes and row boats and things like that to move things around and get across. Very similar to Limbo, if you've played Limbo before.
Limbo's great.
So if you like Limbo, I think you'd like this as well. It's got a nice art style. And also there's these little owls you find, and it reveals bits of information you can then look up, which is just like factual information about people living in that part of the world. And all of it is, I think, is on sort of folklore from that area. And I think the story of the game was kind of taken from interviews they did with people that sort of lived in that part of the world and had these blizzards, and how the tribes sort of survived them. And there's all these different folklores about where the blizzards come from, and these spirits that live in the tundra and all this sort of stuff, which is quite interesting. So it was a fun little game, and again, it's not very long, so you can kind of complete it in 1 or 2 sittings. I think it probably took me about 6 or 7 hours to do the lot. So I think there is extra stuff to do, but I just it was a nice game to tide me over in between different games. And then the game I'm playing a bit now is again, it's a bit of a roguelike game. It's called Nitro Kid, and it's quite nice, sort of 80s retro feel and graphics. And it's like a deck building game. So you go in and you have the cut playing cards, and it's like a grid. So you have to kind of position your character against different enemies in the screen, and then launch your attacks. And then as you play, you unlock more cards, and then your deck gets better. So then you have different abilities you can use that means you can last a bit longer. And eventually you die, you go back, and then you have to start again. But you go back in with a bit better deck of cards. So that's quite a fun little game to pass the time. And last but not least, I decided I'm finally going to complete Kid Chameleon on the Mega Drive.
Oh wow,
I've never finished it before.
That's a title.
I'm again playing it on the emulator. I'm using it on my Steam Deck because I have got it on the Mega Drive, but you can't save it and there's no passwords, so you have to finish it in one sitting.
Old school.
It's really, really long, so I don't think I've ever completed it. I've got quite far on it, but sometimes it's not that you end because you run out of lives. You end because you run out of time because you've got stuff to do because the game goes on and on. So I thought, you know what? It's about time I actually finished that game because I never finished it back in the day.
Good shout.
I did love it. Really fun game. So yeah, that is me. That is all the games I'm playing. So it's quite a few different ones.
Wow.
I'm going to stick with Batman, and then once I finish Batman, I'm going to see what I've got on my backlog and what games are out in Game Pass and stuff, and see what I want to jump on next.
I am terrified of my backlog. Just not going to look. Not going to look. I picked up a couple of games actually, but I'm not going to show them because I've been on a mad 360 kick at the moment. I think we were talking earlier in the year when we started going to some of the events. I'm buying up all the 360 games that I either traded in that I would like to play again, or games that I never played and just want to have on the record ready to play. I've just got this feeling that the 360 and the PS3 are going to start becoming collectible this year, certainly into next year. So I'm and 360 games are still cheap. That's the thing, and PS3 games to a point. So, I'm still snapping them up, and I'm still, rummaging through bins at car boot sales. So I have picked up quite a few older games. Maybe if people want to see them, I might show them later on or whatever. But in terms of bits that I have been playing, I picked up one modern game that has started to get a little bit pricey, but I want to play it, and I saw it for a really good price. So I think it was like £10. Normally it goes for like at least double that, and that was the second Batman Telltale game.
Oh yeah.
What is it? The Enemy Within. The first one I really enjoyed. It was really cool. So I was really surprised to see that this one, for some reason, keeps going up in price. So I figured, £10. I'm going to jump on that before it gets really expensive.
I've not played that one, but I have played through the Walking Dead series they did.
They're great.
That was good fun. I can't remember if there's another one I did. I can't remember which one it was. I've definitely played another Telltale games.
They've done a few.
Can't remember what one it was.
So they did quite a few seasons of The Walking Dead. They did Game of Thrones. They've done a Guardians of the Galaxy, which was really enjoyable. They've done Jurassic Park as well, believe it or not.
All right.
And it got absolutely panned for some reason. It came out on the 360, so I got the 360 version from America. But I think it got panned purely because it wasn't like a proper Jurassic Park game. It was well, it's a point and click, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Wolf Among Us is also pretty cool. There's loads of good Telltale games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a studio that is now no longer about, which is really sad.
Right.
But the game that is still taking up a lot of my time, and I've found my rhythm with it now, is Stellar Blade. I'm still playing that like a crack addict. This has become my new Final Fantasy Rebirth. I didn't think it would be as time consuming as Final Fantasy was, but I was apparently wrong. So I'm about 20 something hours in, 26, 27 hours in or something now. And I've started to get to that point where you go into an area of the map, there's little side missions. Well, I'll do all the little side missions, and then all of a sudden another side mission pops up, and I'm just having to, I've got to mop it up. Very, very cool fighting mechanic. It is a hack and slash, basically. But there's little RPG elements in there. There's a little bit of like Sekiro where you've got a perfect dodge and perfect parry, and doing so gives you the upper hand to be able to get in a really good hit on a boss or another enemy that's in the way. The story's kind of cool. I mean, it's quite loose at the minute, and I'm hoping more sort of comes out as I'm playing it. But yeah, it's just cool. And the environment is just breathtaking. Every area you go to is simply breathtaking. Yeah, I highly recommend Stellar Blade. I know it got a little bit of controversy and a little bit of hate from various people and various sides of all political arguments, but the people that sort of just run down the middle bit and went, look past that and let's see what's in there. And the answer is a bloody good game. So yeah, really, really enjoying Stellar Blade.
That's the important bit, really, isn't it? Game is the game actually good? Actually good to play. Yeah,
exactly. And visually, it is incredible. So, that's half the battle with a game. You spend so much time looking at it that if it's got a good look to it, that's going to help.
It's a new game, isn't it? It's not like an existing franchise or a sequel. And we get so many sequels and prequels and remakes and things like that. It's nice to actually get a new game. So,
yep, absolutely brand spanking new. But similar to you, I'm going to be firing up the RG351P, I think, because there's a few retro games. Yeah, I've got the purple one that's like the GameCube.
Lovely device. I absolutely love this. It's really good.
One of the best investments I ever made for emulation was that device. Absolutely love it. I think I need to get better at putting good ROMs on it. But there's a few older games that I'm going to see if are on there that I'm kind of like, you know what, I like, similar to yourself. You're like, I think it's about time I beat that game. So yeah, there's a couple on the cards that I think I'm gonna run back to with that. And where it's handheld, you can play it everywhere, and makes life easy.
When I was going through my list of Mega Drive games, I fancy playing an old game. I ended up choosing Kid Chameleon. But as I was going through it, it's like, played that not long ago. And I was going through it, it's like, I've played that recently, and that one, and that was. I realised I've actually gone through and played quite a lot of the old Mega Drive back catalogue over the last few years. So there's not many games now that either I'd never played them or I haven't played them since I had my Mega Drive when I first got it. That I haven't jumped on and done. So it's like I'm running out of Mega Drive games that I will need to play now because I've just played so many of them.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. It is a good thing. There's probably a few hidden gems there that I've not played, but there's also a few I always go back to. And one of them is Alicia Dragoon. I've mentioned that a few times, I think, on here. That I think is on the 351P, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I've got it on mine, but I might have added it. I can't remember. It was already on there. And then the other one that I really enjoy is Beyond Oasis.
Okay.
Have you ever played that?
I have not.
It's kind of like a top-down Zelda-style game, and you play a character who gets a golden amulet, and the golden amulet shoots like a little ball forward, and if it hits like an element, you summon like a creature of that element. But you have to unlock them as you go. So at the start of the game, you don't have anything, and then eventually you find one where you get a water sprite, and the water sprite can do some attacks. It can also heal you, and then later in the game, you unlock the fire element and things like that. And it's very much like Zelda, where there'll be an area with, like, say, a waterfall, and you can't get through the waterfall until you've got the water spirit, and then the water spirit parts the waterfall for you. So you unlock the map as you go, and you revisit the town and go around. And yeah, the combat in it's quite good. There's some really good dungeons and things like that, and it's very nice graphically as well. Really nice graphics.
Nice. Okay.
So if you've not played it, look it up. Beyond it's also called Story of Thor in some regions.
Okay.
So I'll look up that and see.
Not one I'm familiar with at all.
Yeah, it is quite good. But let me do the thing.
Do the thing. Do the type thing.
Let's bring up an actual
Find
image
the thing
of it and do Beyond. Have you ever played Elisa Dragoon as well?
No. That? Again, it's another one of those on the list games that you just never got round to.
I'm going to present my screen. Share my screen.
Oh, Mr. Newland, I'm coming to that comment in a moment.
There you go. Let's pop them there. So that's. Can I make that big? Let's make it big. Sure.
It big. Give it a gentle.
Okay.
Give it a gentle rub.
If I go, can I make that just larger on there? Let's just zoom in. Let's just do that. There we go. But yeah, it's got some cool little fighting bits in it. You play this chap, and you've got to fight some cool bosses as well. It's
got a little sort of Prince of Persia-y look about it, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And then it's got quite a good weapon mechanic as well. There you go. It's called Story of Thor in some regions.
Yes. I remember the Story of Thor box art for sure.
Yeah. So that's the island you're on. So it's not a huge island, but you get like some cool items as well. So you have to pick up all your different items to give you health and things like that. But then you also get different weapons that have like a lifespan to them. So you can get like a more powerful sword.
Yeah.
But then the sword will eventually break. And then you can get things like a crossbow or bombs, but then the crossbow will have so many arrows. And then when you run out of arrows, it goes and it leaves your inventory. So you've just got to kind of top up your weapons as you go. Quite a fun game.
I could be into that. Right. Before we jump on, got to come to Mr. Newland's comment.
Okay.
Any excuse to talk about Final Fantasy, it's going to happen. So just waiting for Final Fantasy Rebirth to come down in price. Can't wait to put some serious hours in. Just buy it, Dave. Just buy it. Don't worry. Don't wait for it to come down in price. You will get your money's worth. One sitting, I did all the side missions. I did obviously all the main missions because I completed the game, and a few other little bits here and there. And that's still not everything in the game. And I clocked in at 168 hours, and that isn't with going through the second playthrough to do hard mode, because I just don't think I've got it in me yet. I feel like I need a long break, unlike Final Fantasy Remake, when I felt like I could go straight back in, and I did. I went straight back in for my second playthrough to get the platinum trophy on that. This one I need a little break from because it's intense. And but yeah, Rebirth, man, just dive on it. Oh my god, what a game! What a game! So good.
If we jump on then to our next topic of the day, I put on here Antream on PlayStation.
You are a big Antream supporter.
I am, yes. I do like Antream. Let us know in the chat if you use Antream. If you haven't jumped on it yet, are you going to jump on it now? It's on PlayStation. I got it at launch on Xbox. I think I dabbled with it before because you can just play online, can't you? I think there was an app at one
point. A little Antream hat.
And my Antream hat's over there somewhere.
Look at that beautiful hat.
Yeah. And I played it a little bit on the app they had and a website bit, but getting it on the Xbox was brilliant because I was able to just, pick up and play a game quickly because it's already on, all my media tends to go through the Xbox. If I'm watching Netflix and everything else, it's on the Xbox. And if I want to play a game quick, I can just jump on Antream and you've got the library and they're always adding new stuff as well. And then they do challenges. So you can do things like there'll be a high score challenge that somebody has set and then you can play and see if you can beat their score. So it gives you good incentive to play different games and you're not just sort of sat there going, I can't think what to play. If you can't decide what to play one of the recommended games that's there for that day because they change them out and move them on, and you can always find stuff. Also, I know we've got a lot of people that watch us that like the Evercade, because we do Turtle Evercade podcast. A lot of the games that come on Evercade are on Antream. So if you've got a cart you like the look of and you want to try some of the games, check to see if they're on Antream because they might be on there. So the indie stuff's on there as well. Like I played Demons of Asterborg on
Mhm.
Antream. I started playing it. It's like I'd already ordered the cart, and I was like, I'm going to stop playing this now because I've ordered it. But I was like, yeah, I'm sold on this already. So I had a little go
Yeah.
on that. And things like Fleas on there. I think I had Crow Maiden, things like that. Oh, that's weird. We've got here. So I got refunded by Google from Antstream, and I don't know why they didn't ask for a refund. This happened today. Okay. Do you still have Antstream though? Have they
Yeah,
just
that's the
taken
thing,
Antstream
yeah.
back off you, or do you just have a free Antstream now? Because if you do, then yeah,
Yeah, quits
good for
in.
you. Yeah. But yeah, it's this month it's come to PlayStation, so I think it's available on PS4 and PS5.
Excellent.
I presume it is the same library of games.
What is the cost on Antstream? Because it's something I've thought about
Let's
jumping
have a look.
into.
So you can get it as a subscription. I got it on Xbox. It was, I can't remember how much the monthly fee was, but I got a oh
Dang,
no,
man.
sorry to hear that. That's a bit annoying. I'll have to reach out to them and find out what's going on. And I paid £80 for a lifetime subscription. So I've just got it now. I thought I can't be bothered to like subscribe to another service because I already pay for like Game Pass and Netflix and everything else. I was like, I just want to buy it. But I thought 80 quid seemed like a lot, but for the size of the library, yes, the £32.99 is for 12 months, says Rob.
Yep.
And I
That
paid,
sounds
yeah,
like a good deal.
it's not too bad, but I just decided, you know what, I'm going to pay 80 quid, one hit, and then have it.
Yeah.
Um,
What's the library like? What's the library of games? Have you got it open there?
let's have a look. So if I go to I'll go to Antstream now, and I'll bring it up on my screen, and we'll have a look what's on there.
Because I seem to remember it being
over
really
1,300. So this is the one that's on Xbox. Let's have a look. I'm going to share my screen again. Share my screen.
It feels like the kind of thing that if it came to Switch would be like a big deal.
Oh, yeah, Switch would be a good shout because then you can play a handheld as well, can't you? So that's always fun.
Yeah.
That's Antstream on Xbox. Yeah, the lifetime pass is now $9.99. Sorry, $99.99.
Yep.
12 months, $39.99. Yeah. Any challenges? Your new games library. Let's have a quick look. I think you can see what's on there. If you go like say PS1, I don't think it's got a lot of PS1 games. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not got low. Oh, it has got a few more here. So, for example, 40 Winks I've never played. That's on one of the Evercade carts, isn't it? So I'm tempted to go on that.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Then you've got Worms Armageddon, Worms, Hogs of War, Glover, things like that. If we go to like NES, Star Wars, California Games. Oh, Choo Choo Mimic was one I played on there as well because I didn't actually play Choo Choo Mimic when it was Game of the Month. I was like, I missed it. And then I thought, oh, I can play it on Antstream. So yeah, it is quite good. And yeah, there you've got Flea as well, Era of the Crow Maiden. So quite a few of the indie hero games end up on here, which is good. And you've got SNES. Gods is on there.
Gods,
so yeah, there's quite a few. You've got ZX Spectrum, MX2. So there's not loads on there. You've got one Atari game and one MX2 game.
150-200 game.
Go to, I think it's got quite a lot. Yeah, got quite a few Mega Drive games on here as well.
Yep.
Chaos Engine. Those jumps out to me. You've got Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
That's a classic.
Like I think it's definitely got Xenocrisis on here, I think.
Oh,
I don't know if that's going to be under Genesis or what, because obviously it's on everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
is literally on everything.
I'm trying to think if it is on here, actually. Might have misspoke,
Oh,
because I think it's on Game Pass, I think, Xenocrisis. So I played it on my Xbox, but I might not played it via Antstream, so I'll backtrack on that quickly in case I'm wrong. Let's have a look. You've got Atari. Where's the... Oh, here we go. Arcade. As you see, there's quite a lot of arcade games there, so you get all of those. And
that's where the money's at.
Yeah. Let's go. One of my old favourites, which we were playing not long ago. If I can see it on here. Where is it? It's got to be on here. Burger Time. There you go.
Nice.
So I do like a bit of Burger Time, but you've got all your scrolling shooters, things like that. You've got Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. So yeah, loads of stuff on there. So yeah, to be honest, I felt like 80 quid for a lifetime of that was a good price. And it's just a convenience because it's on my Xbox. So I can
now it's on your PlayStation.
And now it's on the play. Well, I haven't got it on PlayStation as well. I think you'd have to buy that again.
So is it just one account, or do you have to get a PlayStation account
You know
or an
what?
Xbox
Now
account?
that you've said that, I don't actually know because I bought it on the Xbox. I would imagine you would need to buy it on the other platform, but I haven't tried. So tell you what, next time I boot up my PlayStation, I'll see if I can download it for free and sign in, or if I have to buy it again, and I'll do a post about that.
So that'd be cool if you could, and it was just a cross-platform,
That's probably
one
good.
account.
Look at that. There you go.
It's a lot of games.
It does. It looks
That
nice,
is a lot of games.
Yeah. Zool on there as well.
Who don't love a bit of Zool?
Yeah.
Hard as balls, but
too fast, I think. Too fast. So if you're going to move that fast and the camera needs to be further back, I feel like you're too close in and it's it
is bloody quick. A little bit dizzy on there. Can see some dizzy there from Mr. Taylor.
There you go. Rob said, come on. He said, come on, Triangle Face. Sell it to me to get it. It's got dizzy on there, Rob. There you go.
Chris Dunham there asking if these are all licensed. I believe they are. I don't think it's like a dodgy stream thing because they do a lot of promotion for it. So I'd imagine they've got the rights to be able to stream it.
And they're on Xbox and PlayStation at this point. I don't think they are doing it underhandedly. It's not Dodgeoir. You can play these games legitimately, and there's no ads or anything like that. You just pay the fee, and then you've got access to all of them. But it is a fun option.
Nice. Excellent.
So
there's another thing that has now come to the PlayStation library.
It's a PS5, yeah. I will double check to see in case. Let me go back and see if it says anything about it. Whether I've got a feeling, I don't know why, I've got a feeling that you have to buy them. It's on the website here. It's got PlayStation and Xbox separately. But it has got play on the web or download the app.
Okay.
And it's got that on their Xbox and PlayStation. So I'll see if the app is actually free to download. And if it is, and then you have to pay once you sign in, I'll see if I can sign into my account. I'll have to remember what my login is. Because I logged in once when I bought it, like over a year ago. Who knows what my login details are? So that's a fun challenge for another day.
Right. Before we dive on to next couple of topics, which could be of interest and good discussion going on, because we mentioned them earlier. Shall I see if holding my phone screen up to the camera will give people a quick preview of what could end up becoming Everpants?
Yeah, Everpants, why not?
People in the chat, do you want to see potentially what somebody might win in the future with some branded Everpants? Obviously, they are not in any way affiliated with anything to do with said company. It's just a pure joke. But let's see. Let me see if I can get this.
The people have spoken. There we go. Got a few people there.
Let me see if I can get this to work nice.
Can I make you full screen? How do I do that? How do I make you full screen? It's not doing it. Hang on. Hang on. How do I can't do it, Ollie. You're not going full screen. What have I done? I don't know. I need to exit full screen.
Oh, either way. I think people can see.
Oh, you're too small. There we go. It's the first one on there. What would I like? There you go. That's good view. Your Everpants.
And then scroll over here. Look at those bad boys.
Yeah, you must have insert cartridge on the rear, I think.
Do you know that's not a terrible shout? That is not a terrible shout. I will endeavour to see if that is a thing, but I'm just dead happy that we managed to get the word Everpants to go around the top like Calvin Klein.
Very good stuff. Excellent.
Yeah, it's dead happy with that. But yeah, insert car on the back. That is a bloody good shout. And a big shout out to oh my god, I should have looked that up before I said that. Oh my god, why is his name escaping me? Mr. Mark Rutland, for God's sake. Yeah, for randomly when we put hashtag Everpants out, by the end of the show, he had already sent me an Everpants Hangout logo, which I've managed to use to go around the top of the trousers, top of the pants, and across the crotch. So yeah,
I just realized you were chatting to me there, and I hadn't changed you back up on full screen, so I just wasn't there with you. Sorry, just abandoned you. Then you're on your own for a bit.
That's all good. So there we are. People have had a little preview of Everpants. It could be a thing. Could be a thing for somebody in the future. So there we go. There we go. Limited print run only. Right. What do we want to do next?
Well, we could do, if people would like to have a game, we could play Timmy's Tanks, or we could look at one of our topics for the day we wanted to play around with was retro game adverts. So would people like to play Timmy's Tanks first?
What do we want to do?
It's been a while since we played some Timmy's Tanks.
We'll leave this up to you guys in the chat. Do you want to face me at Timmy's Tanks, or do we want to look at some gaming adverts that we're going to reminisce over?
Let's see. And is it just going to be, are you going to go on your own, or am I going to join you? Because Ollie Blunners is not here tonight.
Oh, you could join, couldn't you?
Shall I join you? So I'll actually put in what I think is obviously RGR versus chat.
Oh, we've got 1 for Timmy's Tanks, 2 for adverts at the moment.
Okay, that's 2-1, so we could save Timmy's Tanks for a bit later. So let's go with that. So let me open up. I'm going to start the proceedings. I've got a few of these lined up ready. And if you know any in the chat, right? If any in the chat have got some old adverts that you want to see, you let us know.
Kabam!
Add this to the
Retro
stage. Let me know if you have
adverts.
sound. You've got sound on this. Let me know if you don't. But this is one that I don't actually think I remember this, but I saw this when going through some old adverts.
Okay.
And I thought this was ridiculous. But anyway, let's watch this.
Oh my god, it's the guy from flipping. Oh, what's the actor's name?
My Name is Al, and a whole bunch of Kevin Smith films, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he hits himself with a dead squirrel. So he can see color on the Game Boy.
Wow.
That's the thing.
I mean, this is a thing, and we are looking at it.
But yeah, he hits himself with a. And then this I thought was the Dr. Mario one. This is Dr. Mario.
Okay.
Let's get back to the beginning.
Wow. I mean, the 90s really was. It was a wild time, wasn't it?
I do wonder if the marketing teams that made these adverts had any idea about gaming.
I don't think they did. It's like, how do you pitch this to Nintendo? So what we're going to do, right, is I've got this idea. Yeah. We're going to have a kid with a very small head. Think Beetlejuice when he's got a very small head, and then we're going to have this sort of Maui tribesman-looking person looks like he should be from Polynesia, and he's going to have a bone through his nose, which has got nothing to do with Mario or Nintendo, and he's just going to jump around screaming at you, and then the kid is going to have a small head still at the end. And that's going to sell you Dr. Mario.
Like Dr. Mario is not like a witch doctor, is he? He's like a doctor with a little thing on his head and going around a little tablet. So it seems a bit of a far cry from the game. But they were like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
That's the chap.
Also, it's interesting that a lot of what I found is Sega bashing Nintendo is their ad campaign. They did smear campaigns on Nintendo. Like, look, the Game Boy has this terrible color system, but with this you can have color. But I think the Game Boy had better games than the Game Gear. If you ask me.
It did. This one we definitely need sound somehow.
Right. Let's. Have you not got sound?
No, there's no sound on it at the moment.
I didn't realize that. Let me come off of this a sec. Let me remove screen.
Because this one. Oh my god.
This next one. We'll have to replay the old one again. So if I do, it's got share. It's got also share tab audio. Here we go. I didn't have it on the right one. Apologies. Let me go back. Let me go back and find the previous. If you want to watch the Dr. Mario one,
Sega. Sega does what Nintendo.
That's not the same one. Hang on.
Dr. Mario.
Wow.
That one, isn't it? There we go. Let's go back on.
I called the witch doctor. He told me what to do. He said, ooh, ooh, ah, tang, tang, walla, bing, bang. That means
I mean,
Mario on Game Boy.
Wow.
Yes. Ting, tang, walla, bing, bang.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
And this is what he said. He said, ooh, ooh, Ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
I will look up this one as well in a minute. The PS1 Alien
And
game.
then he struck my head.
There you go.
I mean,
next goes the Rick Mail one.
yes. Oh, this one is just
Yeah.
absolute wonders.
Hi, Rick Mail here. I don't know if you're like me, immensely rich, talented, handsome. Isn't it a bore? Well, I found the answer. Zelda Link's Awakening from Nintendo. You play a medieval elf named Link.
You travel through many worlds, meeting endless characters on your eternal adventures.
So hey, next time you're Rick Mail, why not try Zelda Link's Awakening?
Next time you're Rick Mail.
Love it.
Zelda, inexhaustible Nintendo.
Absolutely
There you
love
go.
it. Any advert that has Rick Mail in it has to be a big tick in the box. And I think he was a gamer, wasn't he? I do believe he had a little soft spot for gaming, like Robin Williams. Robin Williams had a little soft spot for video games as well, which was very, very cool.
Is anyone with them right said Fred make a song for Sonic 3? I do not. Do not remember that.
I'm sure we've discussed this before, but
Let's
didn't
do
Michael Jackson
this
do
one.
the Sonic 3 music?
Yes, yeah. I think there was a rumor about that for a while, and as far as I'm aware, it did get confirmed. And I believe the situation was that when he heard the music back, he didn't like how it sounded because it was like 16-bit and tinny, and he didn't want his name on it. And they put his name on it after he passed away. So after he died, they're like, "Oh yeah, this was Michael Jackson."
Wow!
Like the music on Sonic 3 was brilliant. I don't know why I didn't want to be associated with it. I think it was really good. Right, let's play this one.
Oh, I do remember this.
Remember this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what bugs me about human endeavour. I've never been the human in question. Have you? Mankind went to the moon. I don't even know where Grimsby is. Forget progress by proxy. Land on your own moon. It's no
Wow.
longer about what they can achieve out there in your behalf, but what we can experience up here in our own time.
Wow.
It's
Where?
called mental wealth.
What on earth has that got to do with playing a PlayStation?
I mean, I remember it.
I do remember it, but I don't remember she said nothing about like buy a PlayStation. PlayStations are good, like nothing.
No.
It was literally like, what? That was bizarre.
I mean, this is still in the 90s, isn't it? I think this is still
Yeah.
when people must have been doing a lot of cocaine and just tripping their balls off when they were coming up with these
Yeah.
adverts,
Oh,
because
dear.
some of these are genuinely terrifying.
Right, this next one, because I did have a few lined up, I'm going to try and find another one I wanted to show. But this was one, I think this was banned. I don't know if we're going to get in trouble for any of these, by the way. So enjoy watching us live because this video might get taken down. Let's have a look at this one.
Oh my god! What? Yes, I remember this. Yes, I do remember this. I mean, this is a whole life cycle, isn't it? I mean, that's ahead of its
Playing more
time, I
games.
think. That is an advert.
I've got one of my favorites I'll bring up in a minute,
Oh.
but I also wanted to show this one, and I'll just check the chat again, see if there's any recommendations that we're not showing yet. But I thought this one, again, it's another weird one, almost like a marketing team have got hold of this. They clearly not played the game. They're not games. Oh, wouldn't it be good if we did this? And it's just weird. And it doesn't make me go, oh, I'm going to buy this game. It's like, I bought the game anyway. This is Sonic 3. This is a Sonic and Knuckles commercial. And I was all in after Sonic 3 anyway. But this was the advert, and I just thought it was really bizarre.
Good evening, Grapple fans, and welcome to the main event between two stars.
Hey, Hawk Breath, there's only one star here. My boy Sonic. He's in the groove with fresh moves. Button his blabbermouth and check out my man, Knuckles. He climbs, glides, butts the wall.
Okay, gentlemen, let's see some action. Take a look at that. Now take a look at this. Backwards compatibility. And now a word from our sponsor.
Sugar.
It's just what were
It's
they
bananas,
thinking
right?
with
It's
these?
absolutely
Yeah.
bananas.
I've
I mean,
got
this
it
is
here.
a
I don't remember this.
classic.
David Lynch PS2 advert. I don't remember. I'll look that up in a second.
Okay.
Let's watch this one because this is an example of a good advert.
Yes,
That did make me want to go and buy the game.
Mortal Monday. Man. Game Boy. And it actually shows the game.
Yeah. And that's the difference. You've got to actually show footage of the game. And it was Mortal Kombat Monday as well. That was right, let's look Monday. Up. It was David Lynch.
PS2.
Lynch. What's going on?
It's gone very
So
small.
special about it, those game characters are real people digitised into the game to make your beat 'em up look even better. So, are they just in the part? Forget it.
I don't remember this. Start that game, so I'll around the screen.
I mean, this looks like a David Lynch advert. It immediately screams Eraserhead and Twin Peaks.
It just makes you go, ooh, I want to play a PlayStation.
Wow. I don't remember this at all from the time.
No, I don't remember this. Oh, his head's come off.
You can really see where he went with the new Twin Peaks series with this. I mean,
what? Wow. Well, there you go. You didn't know you needed that in your life.
That is terrifying and wonderful.
Let's should we do one more? I'm trying to think of any others.
I did think of one a second ago and it's left my brain.
What's the PS2 ad? Or was it the original PS1 ad? PS1. If I just do PS1 ad for the console. There was one where there's like a scientist in a lab. Oh, it's this guy. I remember seeing this one quite a lot.
Yes.
Hello, citizens of Europe. As spokesperson for SAPS, the Society Against PlayStation, I'd like to talk to you about a menace threatening humanity. It's happening right here, in our very homes, and corrupting the lives of our loved ones. Yes, friends, I'm talking about this. It may look like a harmless bagel toaster, but inside is a deadly donut. How do you know PlayStation is not a normal game system? It carries these telltale signs. Scientists say its effects are mind-boggling. Users lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Here we have a normal, healthy young man. And here we have a fellow who's been experimenting with PlayStation for only a few minutes. Proof that we SAPs must be on our guard. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Well, there you go. Remember that tagline, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Another one which you can quickly type in is Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yes. I do remember that tagline. Just that top one there. Genesis. There's one here, Genesis.
Genesis. Yeah.
16-bit arcade graphics.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does.
16-bit sports action.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis
does.
Genesis
does.
Genesis
does.
Genesis
does.
Genesis does.
Get Joe Montana free, Pat Riley free, Buster Douglas free, Super Monaco GP free, or Collins free. What Nintendo don't. Buy a 16-bit Genesis system between now and October 31st and get an extra game.
Amazing.
Well, there you go.
Genesis does.
Blast me now. Well, there you go. Some old retro games adverts. So thanks for everyone who put in some suggestions as well for that. Thought it'd be a fun thing to have a look at.
They definitely just do not. Well, to be fair, I don't think they really make adverts for shit anymore. But they definitely don't make adverts like that.
No, there's something like, I think when it got to like later eras, the game adverts were just like footage of the game, like a movie trailer, wasn't it? It's like now it's like if you've got a game advert, it's done in the same way as a movie trailer, shows you a few cutscenes, gives you a little tease, shows some in-game footage.
Yeah.
All this stuff of like, you know, kids with their PlayStation controllers actually playing games. Whenever you see an advert of like someone playing on a console, they're always like way more excited than you'll actually be. Like someone playing on a console probably just sort of looks like this, just holding the controller going, It's like in an advert, it's like, whoa! Nobody does that with actually playing a game.
Where's the
It's ridiculous. There's that picture one, isn't there? It's an advert in a magazine.
Yeah.
Like, people crowded around a games console, and there's like a group of kids, and there's one kid on the sofa in the back, so like this, like he's completely wiped out. It's like, what do they think games are? The people, this marketing.
I like this
team,
one as well.
They look like they're having a mad party.
Can I make this big? How do I make this big? Other than rub it gently. Okay. This kid, I remember. I think he's probably in one of my Nintendo magazines up there.
Yeah.
Right. 2 seconds. Share screen. Share. Stupid kid. Yeah, this kid. Share this tab. Look at him. Look at him.
Oh, with all the
Title wave. I mean, does he not know that he? I mean, look at that face. That is quintessential late 80s, early 90s, right there.
Yeah.
It's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Okay. I feel like I need that as an actual big poster somewhere in my house because it's just that gaudy.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Absolutely
we've
dreadful.
got just enough time for a game of Timmy's Tanks. So let's do this.
Let's do it. Roll the intro.
Honey, have you seen the cat?
What the f*** was that?
That's right, kids. It's time for Timmy's Tanks. Only on
Retro Gaming Revival.
There we go. Welcome to Timmy's Tanks. I'm going to share the screen, add to the stage. I've already put the names in. Say, what should maximum wind strength be today? Should we go a bit higher than normal? Highest we've gone to 10 before. Should we maybe add some wind variation?
Let's add the variation. Let's fuck it up.
We add 5. Should we go 15?
15.
Let's go 15. Is it going to let me do one? There we go. 15. Right. Do you want the wind to vary? Yes, we do. Hills or mountains? Let's do mountains. I don't know. Small or medium movement range? Just do, I don't know. Small.
Small.
Enter. We good? There we go. So who we got first? So RGR goes first.
Which one are we?
And we are, let's find out. We are on the left. I think we're going to need quite. Wind is at 15. So you've got maximum wind. We've not played at this wind before either. So I think we need to go lower. But we've got to shoot over the mountain, haven't we? So should we go maybe 70 or do you reckon 80?
What, as an incline?
Yeah. Because 90 will be straight up, right? So probably 75, do you reckon?
Let's go 75.
Let's go 75. And then what about velocity then?
What's the highest velocity?
I don't know. I don't think we need that high though, because it's wind.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think what the highest velocity would be.
I don't know if there is a limit, but
I'm going to say 100.
Yeah.
So let's go.
When we go too high, it does shoot really far. Do you reckon maybe 65?
Try that. Let's see what
happens.
Try
that. 75, 65, fire. Right, chopped away. It's a good angle.
Oh, you know what? That's not bad.
Oh, it's gone. No, too far. So a bit weaker than that. Right, we now have chat's turn, and David Newland has put 70, 58. So let's see. a bit tinny, isn't it? This noise.
It's very tinny. Very tinny.
So 70 and velocity 58. Oh, a different type of tinny noise. Just to give
It
it
never
a
has
break.
to. It's never quite as tinny as it is the first time, because then you start
No,
adjusting.
well.
It's less.
Okay, right. Good luck, chat. Here we go. Oh, it's a good angle.
You know
It's a
what?
good angle. The wind might be. Oh!
Good lord!
Good. That was a good effort. Right. The
That-
wind, it still says wind 15 that way. So I think we keep the incline and just bring the velocity in. What do you reckon?
Bring it to 60.
I was going to say 50. What do you reckon?
reckon-
A bit
I
lower,
reckon
maybe somewhere in the
60.
middle. You reckon 60? Okay, we'll go with
Yeah.
60. Right, chops away. Get your numbers in chat for the next go. Oh, direct hit! We did it. That was it. 2 shots. Oh,
60.
there we go.
I think we could squeeze another game out of
Let's
this.
squeeze another game and give the chat another chance to take us on. There we go. Right, and this is Ardjar goes first again. We are this time on the left again. So wind strength is 14 going against us this time.
Oh man!
Don't think we need much in the way of incline. Do you reckon maybe like 10?
A bit more.
Low.
I think a bit
15?
more. Yeah.
And then what strength? It's got to get clear the whole map, and it's got to clear that little bit at the top. But then we've got wind. So do you reckon maybe like
40? I mean, let's try that.
Too much.
Nah,
Maybe
let's try
30?
it.
Yeah, let's try 40 then. So 1540. Tally ho! Oh no.
Oh dear.
I think maybe we just need another thingy.
Fair Paul.
Dave Newlands put 70 60.
70 60. Ah,
on
Mr.
here.
Rager. How do?
Rager. 70 60. That's quite high, David. You don't need to clear any mountains in this one.
But he needs the
Right.
distance.
Right, he's gone for 60. I think it's going to be massively overshot, personally, but I have been wrong before. Let's give it a go. Good luck, David. And chat, here we go. Boop. Although, because he's gone very high, will that then come down again? Oh, it's gone over.
Not a terrible shout, though. That was a bit.
Might be a good idea for the chat to wait and see if the wind strength. Actually, is the wind strength the same all the time? So it varies, but per turn, doesn't it? So it's always been 14 that way for us.
Yeah,
I don't think it's changing each round. So put your things in chat. So right, hit there. So do you reckon slightly higher incline? Should we maybe say 20?
Yeah, 45.
And then maybe 20, 45. Here we go. Boom. Right, Dave Neal's got his next shot on that 70.
Oh my
god. That was no good, was it?
No.
Much stronger. I think we need a much stronger. Right, so chat's gone for 70, 48.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, do you know what? I've got a feeling this is going to be pretty good.
Oh. Somewhere in between those figures, right?
Mr. Newland.
They've got a good chance, I think, now. So they went from 70, 60 to 70, 48. So it's going to be somewhere between 48 and 60. Bear that in mind. So what are we going to do? Should we stick with the same incline and just boost the velocities, you reckon?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's put it up to 60. Let's see what happens.
Okay, 20, 60. Nope. I need a bit of an incline. Right, so Dave's now said 70, 52. Think they might have us this time. Right, good luck. Boosh. There we go, direct hit.
Mr. Newland.
Dave Newland takes it.
In 3 shots.
3 shots. Shall we? We've hit the hour mark, but would people like a decider?
Should we do a decider?
Let's do a decider. Let's do a decider before we wrap up for the evening. Let's have a look. Right, chat goes first this time. And chat is on the left. So wind is 11 in your favour, and there's quite a big hill there. So let's see what people want to chuck in the chat. Let us know. Chuck it in the chat. Chuck it in the chat.
Everything needs a theme tune. We decided at Timeless Gaming Convention that everything is better with a theme tune, and then started making theme tunes for everything, including the angry man who was throwing rubbish into the big dustbin at the end of the day. And I don't think
how that
one
went.
Neither do I. But I was really tempted to go up to him whilst he was angrily throwing those rubbish bags and just start singing the theme tune for him to see if that cheered up his day.
I mean, it might have done, or it might have backfired. So you don't know.
I think
some
it would have
people like
backfired.
these things. Some people might not find it so amusing. Right.
Calling him Angry Man, I don't think he would have appreciated.
Angry Man. Right. Boom. I think it's going to clear the hill. Oh, not quite.
Not quite.
It needs a bit more.
God damn it,
melee.
Dave. That's
right.
That's scary.
I think I liked Dave's incline. Maybe a bit tight. Should we go 75, possibly even 80? Maybe. What do you reckon?
75.
75. Yeah, 75. Right. Velocity. Wind is against us.
60.
Right. So 75, 60. Yeah.
Yes. That's a lot of beeping.
Beep, 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 beep. It'd be good if you could just enter it in, and you can, because you type numbers in another screen. So they decided, no, this part of the game, you have to cycle through all the numbers. Right, 75, 60. Go.
Let's go.
I'll
tell you what, Tim.
I expected.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, it's not good either, but it's not bad. I think we need maybe a slightly lower angle, a slightly higher shot. So, was Dave put a new thing in there? 73.69. Was that from earlier? 73.50. Oh yeah, so 73 and then 69 this time. All right, good luck.
No
David.
one else has done it, so I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah.
69, 69, 69.
Oh, is it looking?
Where is
Oh
it?
no, too far that time.
That
Shot.
just
Right,
go
so
off the screen.
it did. So what do you reckon we was angle 2?
80. Keep velocity.
higher.
Let's go 80.
Are you sure? Do you not think we want to put a bit more velocity in that? Because it was only
No,
middle.
that's what I mean. Like velocity 80.
Oh, velocity 80. So we're 75, 80.
Yeah.
Okay, 75, 80. Give it some wallop. Boosh. All right. Where's it coming down? Where's it stop? Nobody knows. We're even going to see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, direction. What a shot. I thought it'd gone off the screen completely. I thought that we were never going to see that again.
Oh,
there we go.
close.
There you go.
Close. Close. Chat. Doesn't get any closer.
Another exciting episode of Timmy's Tanks. There we go.
Yeah, Dave is pretty good at this game, to be fair. He almost had us. Almost had us. First person to beat us, or the first, just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh
Come
wound.
on.
Actually, I think the first person to score a hit in Tanks was Vernon Couchman. I think he got the first hit on our first show.
Did.
Yeah. So I don't know if has the chat actually beaten us for a full game. I think they've won some rounds. So
I think they
win
beat
one
us once. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, the first one they've won. So need to make like a Geller Cup with the troll doll nailed to a bit of 2x4 as like
Timmy's Tanks Cup
trophy. Oh yes, we can make that work.
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Cool.
Excellent.
We've got I had one thing I was going to plug. So next week, our normal schedule. So we've got Tell Everything podcast on the Monday, but then on the Tuesday we are going to have another evening and we're going to have an evening with Sam from Webster Games. There is a indie game that's I think currently on wishlist you can get. We'll put some details in there for a game called Crisis Island, which I have actually had a chance to play. And it is a sort of retro style twin stick shooter. And it is very cool. It's a good game. So be sure to come along and check that out and get some questions in as we talk to a game developer working on a game and hopefully gets that done and gets that launched. So if you want to follow that, come along and join us. And then join us on the Monday for the normal Total Overkill podcast as well as usual, because that's always a good time.
Super duper. Excellent. Well, Tim, it's been jolly wonderful as always, and thank you everyone in the chat for joining along live. Always great to see so many of you there. Always great to be interacting with you. So yes, thank you so much for making this a fun Monday. If you are new to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, because that really does help us out, and also as does giving that little thumbs up a cheeky push, because that lets us know you've been here and that you're enjoying the content. Feel free to chuck in the chat later or the comment section afterwards anything you want to add to some of the stuff we've been talking about. It's always great to read the comments and see where people are at. Quite randomly, there's been a lot of people watching our Dave Perry videos lately, which has been great. So many new interesting stuff going on there, so that's been a great time to be seeing some new people there. But yeah, Mike Holton, PS5 Pro price.
Yes, you did stick that in the chat earlier. We didn't get to all the questions.
So when is it? Is it going to be announced imminently? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's. There is this rumor that it's being announced imminently. I don't know what we're going to benefit from a PS5 Pro, because the PS5 is pretty good. But yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I was going to say 6.
I'm going
which
to
is
say
a lot.
£599.99. So let's see.
Will they do a bundle with a PSVR 2 for something like 7?
Ooh. No, that'd be too cheap. I think, considering the PS5 is already the PSVR 2 is already like 500 quid.
Oh, is it 500?
Yeah, PS5 VR 2 is quite pricey.
I thought they dropped it.
Have they? Unless I missed that, then
I don't think they have. I think you're right. I might just be making shit up.
They've dropped it by 250. I might be getting my wallet out.
Yeah, there'll be a 700.
I do want one. I don't need one, but I want one.
Well, nobody needs one.
Nobody needs any of these things we all talk about.
Exactly.
I don't need, all these games consoles, but I also
we do.
We do.
But we do. Of course we do. That's what makes us happy. So yeah, okay. I reckon 600 is a good shout. Yeah, 600.
I got excited then. I read those quotes. It came down to $349, but I think it went up again. So I will check.
Yeah,
it was $350 for it. Why didn't you tell me, Mike, that it was $350? Where were you when that happened?
Anyway, thank you again, everyone, for watching along as you have been. Yeah, we will see you Monday for TEP, and until then, have a bloody good week, and we will see you all then. Good evening.